Hello and welcome back to Terraria. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've posted a video or done anything on here, but they've had a little bit of an update. The last big update was the big 1.2 update, and that I did sort of refreshed my series and did all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm in that world because, hey, I've done a lot in this world. I got tons built in here, and I've got resources to play around with the new stuff, and there's been a lot of new stuff, and you can probably tell by the title of this thing, this is going to be about minecarts. This is an amazing thing that has been added to the 1.24, I believe it is, update. It's these minecart tracks, and I'll show you how to make them in a second, but basically, you put them down. They're kind of like a background wall. They're not quite like platforms, but they sort of function like platforms. You just put them down like this and they go like that. I've been playing around with these for a while and they're a lot of fun, and I have a lot to show you guys. As you can see, if you hit things while you're moving in them, you damage them. That's not just my turtle armor. But you're sort of stuck in here. Jumping, you can jump off of things, but once you fall off, you can't move. You're self-propelled for the most part. And you can't get out of here unless you swing something or use a tool or anything. You can grapple out of it, I believe. See? And that's just how you get out of it. But I did a lot of testing because these things looked like fun. And first thing I figured out was that momentum isn't sort of calculated like downhill. See, like, I'm going at a certain speed, I'm going up and down the hills at the same speed. It doesn't matter that it's an incline, I don't lose inertia or anything like that. So speed is sort of constant whether you're up and down, and that's just sort of an interesting tidbit I found out. There are also these booster tracks, and these can be bought from the engineer, I believe, or I think that's her name, but it doesn't make you go too incredibly fast, because we jump up here. No. Okay, let's just get a baseline speed. This is how fast you can go without the boosters. I think the boosters are kind of only useful. Like, that's all without the boosters right there. So they're kind of only useful for getting up to speed. And this is just another example of the inertia. My hands are off the keyboard right there. So yeah, the other thing that you can do is you can create these. If you can see it, they're sort of like a pressure plate. On there, and you can create pressure plate, where are they? Pressure plate, where'd they go? Come on, where are you hiding from me? There we go. Pressure plate tracks, and that you need a pressure plate and a track. So if you have a couple of pressure plates, you can make them. Also, the way you make normal minecart tracks, let's go to the crafting, jerk, go away. Is just with one iron and one type of wood, so it's really cheap for 30 of them. And what those pressure plates let you do is they let you sort of control things. I just sort of tested to see if you can eliminate, like, make those kind of disappear, because I've got actuators there, and you can. So you can sort of do like a one-way system, and I would have attached that second pressure plate, but I kind of got my teleporter wire going through here, so couldn't really do that. So yeah, just a little bit of a test here. You know me, I'm the vertical guy. I like doing stupid stuff. So I figured you guys are going to ask me how to do vertical stuff, and we'll get to that in a second. But this is just sort of my first test. You can just go straight up vertical, but there's no way to go down. You can just sort of jump however high you want. You can start here and jump. That was one jump. That's a second jump. So pretty interesting stuff. This test up here, you can grapple these. That's another thing. This test right here, I was trying to make sort of a one-way booster, but it didn't quite work, just because of how things worked. I then discovered that you can hit these the ends of a track, and what this does is this just gently stops you. Let's show with this one. Come on. The wooden type kind of just gently stops you like that. It's sort of like a breaker. The metal one, what it does is it bounces you back with the same speed you have going in. So I got an idea about that. I'm like, ooh, that's fun. I did a similar thing to that. And I was like, I'm gonna do something silly. I'm gonna do this, And it's crazy what this can do. You just sort of bounce around, and you get really, really fast. And the fun thing is if you jump, you sort of go flying, which was really fun, and I sort of played around with that a little bit more later on. I have a lot to show you, but I thought this would make an amazing clock, wasn't it? Because I go over that spot really fast. So this was sort of the first design of the clock, and I just sort of set up that to visually indicate how fast this thing goes. And I mean, look at that. That is really fast on its own. Also launches you. But then I thought, does it have to be inclined like that? Am I losing any bit of speed? And over here, if we come up here, I tried putting in boosters to see if that would make anything faster, but I don't think, I guess it does. Make it a little bit faster. But then I thought, more experiments, these are all my experience. Then I thought, what if I decrease the distance down to like this? And this guy, I think this might be the fastest clock you can make in this game right now. I'm not a math person, I don't know all the math to it, but this is ridiculously fast based on how visually indicating and like sound, because occasionally the torch and stuff will stay in view. I think it's faster than 60 times a second because I'm going at 60 frames per second, so if it's not showing a frame where it's turned off, I'm thinking that's how fast it goes, which is kind of crazy. I think this is the fastest clock you can make in the game, but I'm not making any calls and not saying I've broken any records, but then we jump, and you can sort of catch yourself like that. I was sort of inspired by that a little bit later. This is just more experiments. I was trying to make a one-way passage, and I still haven't really figured this out. Because boosters only boost you in one direction, unlike boosters in, say, Minecart or something like that. So I tried making a thing where you could easily do that, because of course you could jump and do stuff like manually, but I kind of wanted to do it automatically. But unfortunately, you really don't get launched that far without doing like a jump. Just doing an open-ended track like this, like that, kind of just sends you flying, but not vertically flying a lot. Like if we add one more track up there, then it really kind of doesn't send us flying that far, and it's not a lot to work with. Well, I guess it does. Well, maybe I just didn't do it right down here. I don't know. Although, oh, wait a minute. I kind of figured this out later. If you hit it again, will that work? Yeah, that works perfectly. Okay, so I did kind of figure it out. That's fun. So you can do all kinds of jumps and stuff, and like I said, I played around with this a little bit, and this isn't quite as precise. It's really hard to judge how far to put these, but if you make those sort of 3x3 with one up, and you jump, you can sort of make these rungs where you can jump back and forth from one to the other, but it's not always perfect. This is, the way you build these is one in the middle, one like that, and then one up like that, and then you turn these to the metal, and that's how you make them. And the spacing I found out works best for at least these ones is 25 blocks in between. So this is not a block, and this is not a block, but these are the part of the 25. And lastly, I told you, you guys know me, I'm the elevator guy, I'm the guy that goes up, and so I was trying to figure out how I could go up, and at first I thought the best way would just be a straight up track, but that's boring, isn't it? That is really boring. I kind of wanted originally to do something like this, but this doesn't work. More continuing, you can just jump up like that, but it's kind of silly. But then also, you can, I sort of was fiddling with, this is why I figured out that you could hit this and it sort of changes the property. This one, it will go up and then over like that. Like if you see, it can let me up, but it will keep me on that level. And that's the thing we really want, is something that will let us go vertical, but not let us come back. So this was my first design right there. From there, I kind of had to figure out why that was working. And this was my original build. I wanted to make this thing as skinny as possible, so it's just vertically distanced and not horizontal, because like I said, doing just a straight up hill would be kind of boring. The first thing I tried was a 5 length. That's what this is, and I believe this is the smallest you can make it. This is a 3 length, and it's too small. You just can't get the right connections with this. Like, even no matter how many times you hit this, it's just not going to connect up correctly. Even if we can get that, which is it's going upwards, and then if we hit this guy, I guess that one's not the one we care about. If you see how it should work like this, like, see, it's going up, and then the top track is which track you're going down. It goes up again, but this is a 3 wide, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't have enough to stop you, so that doesn't work. This is a 4 wide, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but it also doesn't work. It's really weird how these blocks, how the tracks fit together, because you can't do anything symmetrical. It's kind of weird. But here's the elevator for real. Boop. Hands are off the keyboard. Whee! He launches me. So yeah, that is the, I think this is the smallest vertical track you can do, and it's kind of interesting. It's pretty fast too. I mean, maybe not quite as fast as my elevator. I mean, but the way you build this, because that's probably what you'd like to know. Like I said, it's a 5 wide thing. So this is our first starter thing. Then you want to go 1, 2, flat. Then turn this into a metal. Then you put one like that. Not like this. Not on the same level, but one plane up. And I think it's 2 blocks. Like so, the very middle block. Because this won't work, because that is the problems we were having over here. It has to be this middle block. And then you can put one more up, and then another flat. At least I think so. Is that what I have? No, I just have... Well, I think I just have one flat. Like that. And then you can do... Nope, not that. It's kind of tricky to get these. But then, yes, you want to do one vertical, and then flat, like that. And that is the pattern you want to do. Like that. Just like that. And then what you got to do is you have to come around with the axe, change that to the metal, flip this one so that the going up track is on top, at least closer to you, and then the going this track is underneath, and you have to make sure it connects. And then here, to make sure, I think I built this wrong. I think I'm showing you wrong. Yeah, I think this is only 4 wide, right? Yeah. Okay, so I was right. I messed up. It's really minute changes. I think you can do 1 and then like that, and then you do. Yeah, there we go. So you have to have sort of 3 blocks in between, like that, and then you do that. Yeah. And then this is another flat, and then like that, and flat. So it is very attention to detail, but like I said, this is the smallest I'm that I could figure it out, and I toyed around with this for a while. And then see, boop, 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 and these small loops, you can always make these sort of launchers. But yeah, that is what I've been playing around with Minecarts. I had a lot of fun experimenting with these. I can't wait to see what other people come up with these things and have fun. But yeah, really nifty addition to this game. Not quite as fast as teleporters, because let's just see. This is... Oh, dang it. I always forget about that. Not quite as fast. Die, you jerk. Even when you have really long tracks, you can't quite get the same speed as a teleporter. Ooh, because I have my teleporter system that gets me to and from the rest of my map. And as you can see, boom, I'm instantly 2,000 blocks away. See? So, they're not quite as fast as the teleporters, but I think you can get them in early game, and it's very easy and fast then. Also, in hard mode, it's kind of hard to have tracks like these because lots of flying things and things are evil and try to kill you and eat your face off, so not exactly the best things to have, but they are such a cool addition to this game. Ooh, let's see how far we can go. Oh. Anyway, I think that is going to be it for this video, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you maybe next time. I don't know. Might be a while for another Terraria video. This is sort of a one-off thing. I really wanted to try these out when I saw that they had updated the game, but yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.